You see, I was always a computer nerd, always helping people with their tech issues. I had no fancy business background, no marketing degrees, but today I run a 7-figure marketing agency. And the crazy part, it's not rocket science. It's a process that anyone can follow. In this video, I will break down the exact steps it takes to replicate my success so you can shortcut your journey. So if you're someone who's struggling to start or scale your agency, stick with me to the end. Because if I knew these 9 things earlier, it wouldn't have been this difficult. So here's my journey. I started out as a tech geek. I loved computers. So I was always the go-to friend or family member that would help people with their tech issues, restarting their modem, even like making CDs. I'm kind of dating myself, but burning CDs. So after graduating with a degree in economics, I quickly jumped into IT because that's all I knew. But I quickly realized something was missing. And that's when I started building websites as a side hustle. And suddenly I found my passion. But here's the problem with web development. You finally find the perfect client, you build them a beautiful website, but it's a one-time service and you're off to finding the next client. There's no recurring revenue, there's no long-term relationships. And so that's when I started getting into Facebook ads and digital marketing. I wanted to learn something that would give me recurring revenue and actually mean something to the business owner besides just a website. So as I was learning these Facebook ads, what I did was, while I was currently working with a website client who happened to be a chiropractor, I offered to run his ads for free. And all I asked for in return was a video testimonial if I crushed it. That video testimonial turned into me getting a few more clients. And then what I did was I started charging a little bit and started rinsing and repeating, running those new video testimonials as more ads. So that's when I turned a lot of those video testimonials into more ads. And now fast forward, here we are into a 7-figure marketing agency. So let's fast forward through years of testing, failing, optimizing, scaling systems, etc. And now I can give you the 9 key lessons that I've learned on this journey so you don't have to go through the same struggle. Here's the 9-step roadmap to building a 7-figure agency. Oh, and PS, stick around to the end because I'm revealing a simple 2-step process to actually acquiring those clients and building a growth engine. So number 1, you need to pick a skill or basically a service that you're going to offer. So that could be SEO, paid social ads. It could be even organic social posting, video editing, whatever it is. You need to pick one and you need to have a solid offering. So start learning that. You do not need to worry about becoming an expert in this. This is very important, which leads to number 2, and that is get to an intermediate level knowledge of this skill. And I say that because a lot of entrepreneurs, what they do is they get to this point where either the skill becomes too difficult for them to learn and they just jump onto the next one thinking it'll be easier, or they go the other way and they try to become this crazy master in this skill. Both of those are very detrimental to the growth. So stick with one, get an intermediate level knowledge of it, and you just need to know more than the client knows and be able to deliver some results. So here's a pro tip: when you actually grow and go to hire this skill, because you don't want to be doing this forever, you have enough expertise to know the questions to ask and know when there's an expert. And then hopefully they're 10 times as smarter than you in this skill. All right. And then number 3 is you need to find a niche. This is very important because you don't want to be the company that helps small businesses grow. A better example would be something like we help dance studios fill all their appointments through SEO and dominating their local area. So you can imagine, I know you probably want to be able to tackle every small business owner, but that's never going to work. And like everyone says, the riches are in the niches, and it is for a specific reason. All right, so now picking a niche is so hard, but here's your process of elimination, how you want to pick. First, if you are involved in a very specific niche, for example, maybe you're a previous gym owner and then you want to help gym owners grow, that would be the number 1 thing to do because then you can kind of tell your story and so forth. I didn't go that route, but that's the best route. The second best is, contrary to all the stuff you hear online, is you don't need to be ultra passionate about this niche. You should find something that, of course, you have some interest in, that you don't hate. The key thing here is that you find someone that you know that is in this business, or you, a friend or family member, acquaintance has this business and you can sort of have a little bit of a relationship with. Because getting your foot in the door leads me to number 4, which is offer your services for free in exchange for a video testimonial. Look, I know everyone jumps into this agency business to try to make a lot of money right away. Look, if you want to go that route, good luck. But if you want to do this the right way, none of these business owners trust anyone who doesn't have the proof to back it up. The fastest way to build that credibility and proof is to get those results. And the fastest way to get those results is to not try to make a ton of money off the bat, and better yet, offer your services for free. That way it's a win-win situation for you and the business owner. So they get free value and business growth, and you get that case study and that testimonial, and you get proof to back you up. Then number 5 is use that video testimonial. You want to run that video as an ad for your services. Obviously also throw that on your website so people can see it, but that testimonial is going to be gold for you to start growing. And now you're going to be able to create trust at scale. So now you can get to number 6, where you can start charging a fair price and build that momentum. So start with a price that's fair and that's sort of a no-brainer for these new clients to sign on with. And then that's going to get you more experience, more video testimonials, and you can start to slowly grow from there. And you can start to increase your prices as that demand grows. The goal here though is to build that track record of that proof and those results. Number 7 is to rinse and repeat. So you want to go through these steps over and over again. You want to get these clients, you want to crush it for them, and you want to get video testimonials from them, and then you can slowly increase your prices incrementally. This guaranteed will give you success, and with success will lead you to number 8, which is creating systems and automations for bottlenecks. So if you're doing everything manually still at this point, you're going to absolutely burn yourself out and hate this. So something that you're doing repetitively that is very similar every single time, you need to start thinking about systems and automations. If you're doing everything manually, you're never going to scale. Internally, we use Slack for our team and for our contractors. And then we use tools like ClickUp for project management. And then we use tools like Go High Level and Zapier to automate all these processes. So for example, one of our many automations that we have that is absolutely a game changer, every agency needs it, is an onboarding automation. And just a simple touch of what we do is when a client signs on, they get an automated welcome email, so you're not typing that out every time. Their whole system and high level gets generated. A handful of tasks gets generated and assigned to our team, and so much more there. You know, the agreements, the payments, all that gets generated too. But that dates back to a bottleneck years and years and years ago when I was manually sending every single email and trying to keep everything organized. You need to create automations and systems. And a pro tip here is create SOPs, standard operating procedures, for anything that can't be done through automation. So you want to attach these processes and this documentation for everything, because as you grow, all these steps and documentation and knowledge should not be in your head. You need to get that out into SOPs. That way your team can start to knock out these tasks. So actually on that note real quick is I'll be releasing a video where we go into all the tools that we're using here in this agency. And I'm even going to share these secret strategies to go along with those tools for really cool systems for success. So I urge you to subscribe. All right. And finally, number 9 is hire strategically. Once you get to a point where you've automated everything you could to help alleviate your time, at some point you're still going to get overwhelmed, and you need to start hiring for specific needs. And you need to hire at a point to where it's close to being overloaded. You don't want to be overloaded and then be completely swamped before you hire. So as you start to see the capacity starting to hit on a certain thing, then you need to hire. So for example, maybe you run a paid ads marketing agency, and maybe you're just getting a ton of video editing requests. So clearly at that point, you need to start outsourcing the video editing process, because that's not worth your time anymore. Maybe it's a media buyer next. Maybe support is taking up all your time and you can hire a support rep. But you need to really, really be proactive with your hiring. This is how you go from a freelancer to an actual business owner. I promised I would share a couple tips about acquiring clients and building that growth engine. So here's a couple quick tips on how to do that. Number 1, like I said, run paid ads. Consistently run paid ads. You need to let people know that you exist. And the quickest way to do that is by running paid ads, because you're putting it out there to possibly tens or not hundreds of thousands of people. So you need to let people know you exist, otherwise you'll never grow. Again, use those testimonials as the heart of the ads that you're running. So this could be standalone by themselves. This could be an ad of yourself where you're cutting in those testimonials. There's a lot of things you can do with those. Number 2, build a referral system. This is massive. I'm huge on a referral system. You don't want to just rely on referrals to grow your business, but you do want to have a very solid referral system in place. So absolutely incentivize your current clients, because you need to think about the cost to acquire a client with paid ads. It might cost you $1,000. We're not talking about cost per lead. We're talking about the cost that they're a lead and that they book a call and that you close that sale. And so for a lot of businesses, that number can be very expensive. What's not expensive is somebody referring somebody to you, and then you just have that call. And that's a much smoother call because they know what they're getting into and they have the like and the trust from their friend or associate that referred them over. Now that you know the roadmap, it is time to take action. Look at the steps I shared, and I really urge you to get started today. So, as you know, you need to find that skill, stick to it. You need to pick a niche, also stick to that. Then you need to find a friend or family member that is willing to do this win-win situation with you. Then you need to run that testimonial as an ad to get actual paid clients. Then you start building the systems and automations and eventually hire. And this is how you scale and build your agency. In this video, if I give you clarity or helped you at all, let me know what you're working on in the comments. And if you want me to break down any of these steps further, let me know down below, and I'll see you on the next one.